South Carolina just took a L to
A
Texas.
big
LSU
L.
LSU took a L to no, not to Texas, to
Gone.
UConn. UConn, thank you. They took a L to Texas as well. LSU took a L to Texas. Um, the the uh, the rankings have changed already. So see what you guys thoughts on the new power rankings.
I ain't
Why
mad
this
at
thing, why this thing not working? There we go. Wasn't listening to me for a second. But yeah, so South Carolina fell out the top five. LSU fell out the top five. I know you're gonna have a lot of people upset. A lot of yo. Um, Again, like I said, I'm not a franchise guy. I'm a fan of talent. I'm a new college fan, just like I'm a new WNBA fan, and I'm new in these college streets, and I'm noticing that these people are real passionate about their teams. Boy, you can't even have objective comments. I got crucified in one of my people's chats because I was just in there, you know, giving my opinions on Texas. With that said, while we on Texas though, let me say this because sometimes you got to be a leader. Sometimes you got to start the wave. I feel like Madison Booker be getting slept on a lot when we start talking about these sophomores, right? These we start talking about the Juju Watkins of the world, the Hannah Hidalgos, the Malaysia Fawali's, the Tessa Johnsons. That whole sophomore class. We don't. A lot of people don't bring up Madison Booker's name a lot. I know they know she's there. They know she's a big deal, but people don't always specify it. So I want to take the time out on my channel to give her flowers. And people right now, a lot of people. Another thing I've noticed since I've been watching women's basketball, people have a lot of recency bias, meaning they'll see one game, people will watch one game that you'll play against a ranked team, and then start creating a whole narrative, right? So lately, Madison been struggling. You know, she been struggling in a couple games, couple national games, couple ranked games. She struggled to shoot the ball, so now everybody is in a panic and worried about her shooting. Madison Booker will be fine. I mean, she'll be fine. She'll figure it out. Um, one me My only issue with Madison is I think she take the midi a little too much. I would like to see her let that three fly a little bit more. Um, but I'm cool with with her little shot. She like the little midi shot from the corner, from the short corner. Um, but Madison is the truth, and I just want to give Madison some flowers. Tell people not to sleep on Madison. But yeah, I was in my people's chat the other day, and I said that, and it was an LSU chat. And, these mainly LSU fans, and they jumped down my throat. They started pause no homo. They started telling me I was trying to cause confusion in the chat, this, that, and third, just because I had an opinion. People gonna create narratives, or whatever the case may be. Shout out to them. No hard feelings. But I just thought that was funny. But yeah, these fans, these fans of these college franchises, they real passionate about their teams. You can't even have an objective opinion. Like I said, I said the little opinion I had of Maddie, and it was an issue. It was World War III because it was an LSU chat, and it's like,
Oh,
yo,
I heard that. I heard that. Yeah, I was like,
it's like
what's going on?
yo, let's just talk we just talking basketball, yo. Like I don't really know what the issue is. Let's talk basketball. But I guess one thing I've noticed about, and yeah, another thing I notice about people is they want you to, and that's almost Caitlin Clark fanish, because Caitlin Clark fans do this a lot, right? Shout out to Caitlin Clark fans. Holla at me in the comments. And if you watching this, hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? But one thing Caitlin Clark fans do that's synonymous with some of these college fans of these different teams, if you're not saying something favorable about their team, they on you. It's like, yo, dog, like I ain't even like you could not even be like dissing their team. You could just be talking basketball. You could just be saying the fact. They get mad if it's not favorable or whatever the case may be. And it's like that's crazy. But I'm not like that. I like to talk basketball. I like to be objective about all these players and all these teams and whatnot. But yeah, South Carolina fell out. I know that's gonna be a thing. There's gonna be people gonna be making content about, and LSU fell out the top 4. So now you got Notre Dame, Texas, UCLA, and USC, which I think USC might even rise a little bit higher because they play UCLA again, and when they play again, I'm hoping they win again. I ain't gonna say I think they will because it's gonna be a tough feat to beat them twice, but I'm hoping they win again. You get what I'm saying?
If they have to win, if they win the second time, Kiki gonna have to do better.
Yeah, but I think if they win the second, I think if they win the second time, they go to number 1. I think they go to number 1 if they win.
I think they go to number 2 if they beat them the second time. If Notre Dame hasn't won, I think they go either 3 or 2.
Okay.
Because Notre Dame has beaten everybody below them. Notre Dame has beaten Texas. Well, besides UCLA, they haven't played them yet. But they beat Texas, USC, and UConn all by double digits.
Right. And that's why
that's
why I said I think USC goes number 1 because USC would have beaten UCLA twice. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they obviously not number 1 anymore, but they was the number 1 seed. So I feel like if USC could beat them twice, it'd do it. But they might go number 2, like you said. I'm just saying, we never know. But that'd be interesting if Juju could pull it off. Like you said, Kiki had to play better, but if Juju could pull it off, gotta be.
I don't know what's going on with Kiki, man. It's like she inside her own head. It's crazy. You see her play, and you see her shoot, and you're like, that's not your shot. Like it's like, what is you shooting? That's not your shot. Like her form looks different, but when she on the free throw line, when she in her comfort zone, like right on the baseline, and she shimmy and she shoot a jumper, her form looks totally different. So it's like, what are you doing? Like that Washington game. I saw the Washington game. Her shot wasn't falling to save her life until like toward the end. And then she got in foul trouble. So it's like she's inside her own head, like Juju was for a while. So I think the worst thing she did was going to USC. Her stock went to the basement. I mean, it's rising a little bit now, but that was the worst thing she could have did was to go to USC her senior year. That was crazy. I know she didn't want to stay in Stanford because Brink left and then the coach left, but going to USC was the worst thing she could have did.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Mikachu, on these new rankings?
I don't follow college that much, but based off what I saw on the YouTube channel that was streaming it and on ESPN, that ranking sounds about right. I'm just shocked that
do you have a college team?
Huh?
Mikachu, do you got a college team?
No.
Okay.
It's the opposite. So I got a pros team, but I follow like players and coaches, and Dawn Staley is my favorite point guard, so I rocks with her team.
Got you, South Carolina. Got you.
Yeah.
Good. I ain't mean to cut you off. I was just curious if you had a team and like if you was followed the team or not. I'm with you. I don't have a team.
Proximity, it would probably be either Syracuse or St. John's. I don't rock with Rutgers because like I said before, I played basketball in college, and they beat on my team too bad. So I don't even. I don't even like New Jersey like that, except for like some, artists and musicians and stuff like that. Nah. Yeah, I think South Carolina is just like in their head because they won the championship, so they just relaxing. Or maybe it's just one of those weeks, you know what I mean? Because I saw that game and they couldn't even buy a bucket. Everything was like there was a lid on freaking rim, and every time they threw up a shot, the joint just bounced off. I'm like,
You
yo,
know
how
what you
many
had to,
shots on
you know,
have?
yeah, when you said it was a lid on rim, you know what you made me think of? You know
What?
that meme that the girls be doing and they be talking about the guy that came through that just went crazy, and then they be talking about what they be saying, hand on neck, something on frontal.
Oh,
You said it was lit on rim.
on frontal, leg up.
Lit on rim.
That's what you made me think of when you said lit on rim. You stupid.
But yeah, I'm like, yo, I saw that game. I was like, damn, UConn had all the right moves, and South Carolina was just playing a shitty basketball game.
Nah, that's a fact.
To me, it looked like South Carolina came out like, oh, we got this in the bag. Because their defense was just horrible. Like, Izzy Fullback don't look like they was insane, man. Like, she cutting, like, fake, drive to the basket, pump fake, Paige got it to her back, flick. I'm like, man, y'all making her look like a superstar right now. You know, I know when she was healthy, that she's a star. But, my God. Yeah, y'all just made her look otherworldly. And Paige wasn't even doing nothing.
Yep.
I think that's what more Paige was 3 for 12. She hit the first three. But Azy wasn't even hitting. Yeah, she was passing it, but then Azy wasn't even hitting really to the third quarter. Third quarter, she like, man, I'm taking y'all out. 18 in the third quarter. That was crazy. In the third quarter, just hitting from everywhere. Like, fake, gotcha. And then nobody there waiting on saying just in case she cut. Like, there was, I know Ashlyn Walkers, I know, like, oh man, we can win without Ashlyn. Ain't nobody scared to go to the hole no more. Like, Ashlyn Watkins was there, Swatkins was there ready for you.
Exactly. Ashton Swatkins.
Yeah, Swatkins was ready, you know what I'm saying? So when she tore her ACL, I was like, oh Lord. Man. It's gonna be even harder because Dawn refuses to start Malaysia because she got like a seniority thing, like, hey, you gotta earn it. These seniors here first. But when your point guard isn't a threat on offense, I was gonna do the same thing. Like, oh, you ain't shooting? Bet we finna double whoever in the post. You took out the rest of your offense is gone. All we gotta do is double Tina because she's the only scorer. Who else scoring? Because
I think when Malaysia came off the bench and started giving them a spark, that was a good look. But
yeah,
Malaysia is still a hothead. I mean, she's still young,
yeah,
so she really doesn't have
in the control.
She has a high basketball IQ, but she's not refined yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but it just looked it's like they was real lackadaisical, man. It was real lackadaisical with their movements, with their cuts, with their rotations. It was real lackadaisical. And they came out of halftime. I'm like, all right, here we go. Nope. Like, I don't know. They was eating a lot of peanut butter and jelly or something. I don't know. They was heavy. Like it was sand in their boots, man. Oh no, they ate the wrong food. They was kicking it before the game. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna tear UConn up. Man, everybody thought the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? UConn was finna get ripped.
Yep.
UConn came in and was like, oh, we got Azy. She just hit 34 last game. Came in and hit 28. Paige didn't even do that. They kept, you know what I'm saying? They had to stay on Paige. Paige just dishing it off. That's all I heard. And she missed it. She following her shot. Nobody following her.
He said, all I heard was
yeah. Man, every time I saw Azy with the ball, I was like, oh Lord. That's all I heard. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. I was like, nobody gonna guard her? She like, she fake it and she just diving and looking at the pass. I'm like, oh no. You know, I'm like, what's going on? There was no defense, man. It was horrible. And then by the time they tried to play defense, won a 7-0 run, timeout. You know, it's like, man, Azy, if you don't shoot that ball, all right, 10-0 run. I'm like, oh God, we just gonna play defense today. They was like, nope. I was like, all right. So yeah, that game, it's like they came in like, oh yeah, we finna do this. UConn came ready. Because Azy was on a heater, so it was over from there, man. At the first 7 minutes, it was kind of back and forth after that. I was like, what just happened? How's South Carolina down? What game? Who is this? Who is these imposters on the court? Well, yeah, man, it was crazy.
Yeah, man, to piggyback off what both of you guys are saying. I feel like South Carolina just, it just wasn't their night. Like they from the go from the rip, UConn just came in there and just having their way. It was nothing South Carolina could do, and
Nope.
I don't feel like South Carolina is that bad. I feel like if they played again, it'll be more competitive and look like a different
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just wasn't as it is. Sometimes it's your night, right? That was UConn's night.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
But then you look at teams like Notre Dame when they played Duke today. Like, I don't know if you saw that game because Duke was on Notre Dame. I was like, oh man, Duke ain't playing. Like their defense, they zone, and then they were like man zone it. They was giving Notre Dame some problems. It was like back and forth. It was a 2-point game into the second quarter for like 6-7 minutes, man. It was a good game, and then it wasn't. and then it wasn't because but it was all team ball. It wasn't one person that went off. It was team ball. Maddie hit it too. Sonya free throw. And then pressure. It was rotation. King, to out to King, rotate. She right there with Hannah. Boom, rotate. Put the same pressure on them. And like, y'all gonna pressure us, we're gonna pressure you. Turnover. So it was team ball that wore them down, and they went on a 17-1 run, man. 17-point run. And then Liv hit like 3 straight baskets. You know what I'm saying? So it was team ball. So it was like tough defense, turnover. Notre Dame turned the ball over. Duke pressuring them. Duke took like a 6-point lead and then tied it up. It was back and forth, but they warmed down because everybody knew their role.
Yeah.
They're the team ball.
I mean, it'd be like that. I wasn't really worried about Notre Dame. I kind of knew they was gonna get the win, so I decided to watch to watch the Maryland Michigan game, and Maryland ended up coming back and winning. But I don't know, that was just a game that I ended up cutting off. It was back.
How Sellers do?
She did okay. She started off hot. Not hot, but she started off playing well. I should say that. She started off playing well, and then she ended up shooting bad. She was like 3 of 11 at one point.
Ooh.
And then she came back in the game, and she ended up getting good numbers, but I don't know what she ended with. I don't know what how she got to those numbers.
And that's why I like AZ, how she's, because she went through so many injuries, and she had to get a basketball psychologist because her mind was like, what's going on with my legs? She don't want to wind up like her mother. Yeah. So she took a sports psychologist. Yeah. So the fact that she was 2 for 10 in the first half and missed like 1 shot the second half is crazy. Now that's endurance, man. And she wound up I think she was 9 for 12 in the second half. Just went on a heater. I think Jones said, hey, just keep shooting. It's gonna fall, and like everything was falling. Yeah. And they were still ahead. They was up 22 at half. With neither Paige or AZ really hitting. That's why I'm like, team ball. That's why I said you can throw all the superstars you want. Everybody has to know their role. If people don't know their role and you ain't got actual player, like, all right, I know you over here. I'm finna set the screen for you because I know you're gonna come down and pin down and you're gonna be waiting for me. If I throw this ball over there, throw it, not even looking, I know you catching and you putting it up, or you gonna fake it, you gonna dive, and I'm gonna come with you and I'm gonna catch it if you know what I'm saying, have somebody in your face. It's team ball. Yeah, one person. Like you have one person while you put the defense on to start going off, but it's team ball. It ain't just about one person putting up 25 shots and 12 turnovers. Just saying. It's team ball. And the fact I like the way they wore them down. They was kicking the ball out everywhere, going to the post, going outside, going to the post. Inside out game, then the outside, inside. And that's how they wore them down and wound up blowing them out. That was crazy. Beautiful ball.
Yo, I feel sorry for Deja Kelly, man. I don't know. I think she waited too long to start putting up.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she made sure she got a second career because she ain't getting drafted. Maybe third round. They ain't heard nothing about her.
Yeah,
is that Deja Kelly on the screen?
Man. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Deja, man. She could have been something, but like you said, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with her.
I mean, she's still making TikToks. I mean, she might get drafted because of her brand, for training camp. Like, all right, let's get her in training camp since we got extra picks. See how she do. Maybe we get her next season or something, tell her go overseas and play, and we come back to her. They do that to basically draft. Hey, we're going to draft you. We're going to cut you, but make sure you go overseas and work on this. So, but I think it was her defense or shot, but I haven't heard nothing from her, like, at all, besides her TikToks.
She ain't really been doing nothing this year. That's the 55 by Michaela Blakes.
Man, look at that speed. Jeez.
You got to start watching college. Mikachu, you know what I mean? These girls, you want to get the love back. This way is at. This way is at, Mikachu. These girls in college, man.
Yeah, you got to know who coming out, Mikachu. So when the draft go off, you be like, oh, yeah, I know Shorty. You know what I'm saying? I know her. I saw her. Brooklyn told me about her.
100.
That came out of series that was dropped. She was second to Caitlin Clark, and she got dubbed by the Aces. I'm like, I don't know. I watched
Deja Fair.
Great. And
Deja Fair. Her defense was horrible.
Versus the players that actually did. I'm like, yo, I can't watch this shit. It's like heartbreaking. I'm like, yo, Shorty's a baller, but it doesn't translate to the league. So I can't.
Nope.
I want to.
Well, it depends.
Get my heart broken.
It depends. So, like, reason you got to know why it doesn't translate. The reason why she didn't translate, and I'm not gonna write her off and say she won't translate. But the reason why she probably didn't work out for the Aces is because she's 5'5", right?
Yeah.
So in college, you got players as 5'4", you got players as 5'5", 5'6", and that's you could play. That's cool. And the pros is different. You got to be at least like it's players under 5'8", but 5'8" is kind of like small guards now in the league. And you got a couple players that's 5'7", you got a couple players that's 5'6",
5'6",
whatever the case may be. But players is 5'8" and taller now. So you gotta know what can translate and what can't. So that's why when we start to see these players in college and these 5'6" players, and it's like, okay, but we gotta see what you do in a W, because it ain't many 5'6" in a W.